Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Market Insights with Linux, and welcome to this new video in which I wanted to do a full video on Netflix, the Netflix stock. We'll talk a little bit about the fundamentals. I always think talking about fundamentals is crucial if you want to have a bit of a good idea of what a stock is doing and what to expect. Maybe a little bit of a weird choice for a video today, since gold is doing absolutely amazing. As you can see right here, which by the way, I made a video on gold, I think back in July, that I thought it was a pretty good, pretty good idea to gather up some gold. And we've been talking about that in the groups on Telegram as well. So if you're interested in that, join that. I will still cover gold probably tomorrow or something like that. And the bond yields are also one hell of a story, but we're covering Netflix, all right? We'll be talking about Netflix. What I expect, some great buy areas, etc. So let's get right into it. Now, Netflix has been doing great, right? If you take a look at the price action since April, which was this bottom right here, first of all, before that, it was doing great. Since the April bottom, like from the low to the high, went up 60%. At current prices, it's still up 45%. So it's doing incredibly well. It's fundamentally one of the best streaming services at this point of time. I don't necessarily personally think that, but if you look at the numbers, Netflix is actually still gaining quite a lot of growth, and it seems like the shift that they made in 2023, I think it was from being stricter on the subscriptions, etc. It seems like that's paying off, and you see strong subscriber growth. You also see strong revenue growth year on year. So that's good to see, or at least, company-wise, that's good to see. Whether you like those implementations, it's probably a different story, but still. So I think the fundamentals are great. I also do think that we have already rallied a lot, right? And Netflix so far has basically been in an uptrend since May 2022. That's a long period of time, all right? And it seems like we have reached some sort of a local top right here at 1340. I still do think we can rally up higher. So talking about that briefly right here, I don't expect this short term, but still 1460 is my main next price target. All right, 1460, 1500. Then we also include the psychological level. So that is possible, but for now, I think we're actually in stability. I think general equity markets have topped out right now and are stabilizing and getting into some sort of a consolidation. And I expect the same for Netflix. I think a lot of the growth and the great fundamentals that we have seen, although there's still some nice series coming out on Netflix, and they're also experimenting and they're growing and they're innovating outside of streaming services. Because, like I think that they've opened some sort of an entertainment value, in Dallas. So that's going to be interesting. Can they actually expand the company? Can they actually start up some new business operations with which they can make revenue? It's all very interesting, but for now, I think the technicals and the fundamentals indicate a little bit more stability. So that's what I expect. The main two areas in which I think we will gain stability is 1260 to the upside, and to the downside 1140. Those are the main support levels where I think we can actually form some sort of a consolidation. And then I think it's possible, if we get some bad news, talking about buy areas, if we get some bad news, there's two areas where I would potentially scale into Netflix. And that's first of all this level right here, just below 1100, but scaling in at 1100 is already fine. And if we get some very bad news, I would say 1000. Both levels are high confluence zones, while still respecting some sort of an uptrend, right? Because I do think that on the higher time frame, so 3-day time frame and up, I think we will continue respecting the uptrend. But those are my thoughts. So for now, I think stability is more likely. I would actually say it's a little bit more likely that we are going to get some sort of a spike down in the next couple of months. But like I said, 1100, 1000, that seems more like a buy opportunity given the fundamentals of the company right now, rather than a reason to be afraid. But I'll still keep you updated on that. I have price alerts set up for that as well, so make sure to follow the channel if you're interested in that. But for now, that's it. That's what I think you need to know. Like I said, we'll be back with new videos, probably on gold tomorrow. Make sure to join our free Telegram channel and chat as well if you want to be part of that. But for now, that's it. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye.